Hello, everybody. Welcome to Battle Pirates Crib Pillage this week. The link's and it's open mic, so the link is in the right-hand side in case anybody would like to join. And I will go ahead and introduce everybody. Aussie.
Good morning, everybody.
Lady Cat.
Hello.
Magic Mike.
Good evening, all.
How was your birthday?
It was good. Thanks for all the kind wishes. It's very heartfelt. Thank you.
Did the Lent
Sorry.
restrictions get pulled back?
I missed the first part of that.
Did the Lent restrictions get
No,
pulled back?
no, they're still in full force.
Okay, alrighty. So
Maybe I'll do something about it myself one of these days. You never know.
Where's
yeah.
Kenny?
Kenny has said he might be a little bit late.
He went right instead of left.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fell off.
Told him to go left, but his other left, he needed to go.
Yeah, he fell off the edge of the earth. So, alrighty. I guess while we wait for people to join, we'll start with the calendar. We're in Pillage right now. Dark Matter next week, the last raid in the skirmish cycle. We have Siege next. And the following week, we're having the start of a 3-week FM cycle, which will have new Siege technology, we assume. And special event, Escape Velocity, which appears to be some sort of boss target, VXP weekend, followed by Bounty, the OP12 release, and the February CM Diary. Any thoughts on any of this? Hey, Simba.
Hello.
Hello.
Simba. No, I just have to wait to see where it's going to go, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we have to wait, but the one thing that I think we need to start being vocal about now, as opposed to in a couple of weeks when it's out, is the upgrade time on the shipyards, because everybody knows your shipyards are not functional during that period of time while they're upgrading. And historically, they've had upgrade times of around 14 days. I know some people, including myself, have saved up tokens for that, but a lot of people haven't.
And some of us have, but accidentally spent them because we hit left or right token instead of the correct one.
So, but right now, I would, whatever your way of talking to Kixeye is through Discords or the forum, before it becomes something that it becomes much more difficult for them to change, meaning they're probably not going to change it.
Well, they have to understand that they're the ones that gave us these stupid upgrades that we have to do in the same place we do our builds, and we're not going to be able to do either one when we're upgrading that shipyard. Everything comes to a standstill. So they either need to let us be able to use that shipyard while it's building, or they need to come down on that time, because otherwise we'll put it in and walk away for 2 weeks, and they don't want that.
Yeah, it doesn't help with engagement at all, and it's it causes people to fall way behind if whatever's in there is of any sort of importance. I mean, if they're going to increase, whatever, I don't even have an idea what they would be doing with it at this point, because there's no new factions. So maybe they're not going to. Maybe they just dropped it out. I mean, that could be it. That could be the solution.
Either drop it out or let us use it while it's, building. I mean, we can use other things while they're building. So.
No. Well, yeah, you can through the right-hand menu. Like, you can get to playback and things like that while your War Academy is doing it. But there's no go to my build type of thing.
No, but you can at least repair your ships while you're
in the dock. Yeah.
So hopefully they'll work it out, but they have to understand the tremendous burden that they have put on us with these upgrades.
Well, it's not even with just the upgrades. Even before the upgrades,
Yeah, it was always a problem.
it's always been a huge problem because nobody could build during that 2-week period of time. I mean, I still have a couple of 7-day build tokens that I've had saved up for probably over a year.
This is why we
Also-
hoard things.
Also, you got to remember now we've gone to a 2-month raid cycle.
Yeah.
We got to get those out.
Yeah, we can't afford 2
And
weeks.
a lot of people, have trouble with that,
Yeah.
even getting them out for the second one.
yeah.
And so for them to lose 2 weeks,
Yeah, it's been a bad mechanic from the beginning, and if they do have any coding issues with, especially if it's made to be, even if it's not something that's incredibly necessary, even if they have some coding issues, just cut it down to 2 days. That way people can get the stuff in the FM and save those 2 days worth of build tokens. But yeah, 14, 15 days is not, unless you've been saving up tokens for years, there's no real good workaround with that.
Right. They've made it difficult for us to hoard tokens, but the reason we hoard tokens is because of things like this. Because we want to play the game. We don't want to be held back. And even the big coiners, I don't think are going to coin 2 weeks to get a shipyard
Some
done.
of them.
Well,
Some of them. Some of them. An hour after a hull is dropped, it's already at U3 and completely built. So there are people that I think, and that takes a lot more coin than just merely spending 2 weeks, because that's spending months of gold to do that.
yeah, well, what are we going to do? Just constantly hit our bases while we're on a break for 2 weeks?
No, what they're going to end up doing is putting a special offer on the side, giving you so many days of build time. That's what they always do when it comes down to it.
Yeah, true. That's what they're doing now with those upgrade tokens.
So we're back to coining again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Wine
upgrades are
coins.
supposed to be merely optional. The be able to build your ships is not. I don't think they would put in the optional category. And if they do, then we know. That's laughable, I guess. If that's just building your ships. That's optional at this point. So what isn't optional at that point? Because we've been told again and again the upgrades are considered optional. They will improve your performance somewhat, but they're not going to make or break you, despite what the reality would be.
Yeah, I totally disagree with that. But I guess we've had this argument before, and they don't pay attention to it. So, we can get the targets done, but for some people, to have that extra survivability really helps. Because some of us aren't, good drivers.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, as Greg just said there, they say they don't tune the targets for upgraded ships, but they do.
Yeah, I think they do. What do you think, Simba?
Oh, they do. You can tell it in the TLC that they had that you had to use the raid fleet for.
Yeah.
You took more damage on the unupgraded ships than you did the ones that weren't all the way upgraded.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it really depends on, we've talked about this before. Kickside and the players have different expectations for damage. And so what we may think is not tolerable, they might see as being tolerable. So yeah, if you're taking more damage, that's one thing, but can you still do the TLC, I think is more the way that they think about it. Because it harkens back to GDR's, no, not GDR's, what was his name? Before GDR. No, it was GDR. It was Rakin. Did his famous video with the interceptors, where he had to hit like one target, and it took him a couple of fleets in order to get it done. And he was showing us how to do it. It's a great video because,
That's not acceptable. We
No,
want
no,
to,
no, no. What I'm saying, the expectations are different.
right.
You
They
know, that's
want us to
fine.
coin
It's
to
fine
play.
to have to coin a fleet back a couple of times just to do one target was the expectations that they were shooting for with that video. And this was a how-to video because people were having problems with this. It was like the first Scourge raid or Scourge or whatever. Everybody says I say it wrong. So, yeah, that's part of the whole mess as far as upgrades and what the expectations are for how they work. So
We just want to play the game. And,
yeah,
you know,
but
we can't always afford to coin all the time. Not at the pace that they've got us going. The pace is so fast.
Yeah.
No,
It's
so
the
we
2
just
months raid cycle that's the main problem.
Yeah, it's a push every month because of the 2-month cycle. I mean, I guess it was before too, because when were 3 months and 4 months, we had to go through all the refits, all the escalation. But look at what they're doing to us now. We've still got escalation or decisions to make in our builds because we've got new specials, a new engine. You know, changes, and they promised us we wouldn't have to go through this on a 2-month raid cycle.
And I think I've said this before. I mean, everyone says, like with Pillage and Bounty and whatever other events there are, oh, why do people need so many points? You know, there's only a million points worth of prizes, but people are getting 2 and 3 million points. They got 2 million points left over. But the thing is, a lot of mine is done, and the only reason I do try and get as many points as I can in these is for the leaderboard prizes.
Right.
And that's the only way that I've got my Riot fleet to where it is from the leaderboard prizes.
Right.
And a lot of my fleets.
Most of us don't have a chance in hell of getting there.
Yeah, it's not a matter of I want to be number 1. It's a matter of I want those tokens.
Right.
Yeah.
And you work for them. You work hard for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't coin repairs, so I'm doing all like at the moment. I haven't spent 1 coin in repairs. I haven't spent 1 coin in refitting my fleet. I used token when I got those 5 new rockets. I had tokens from past events that I used to put them all on one ship. So it's actually cost me exactly nothing to do this so far.
Yeah, but I'm sort of trying to figure out how it's factored in because that really only impacts like 10 people.
Yeah, I know, but there's still a lot of people there's a few people that try and well, no, because it's up to 100 people. It drops down for each level, but yeah. What I'm trying to say is the only reason my fleets are the way they are is because I go for the leaderboard prizes. I mean, I've run out of prizes to buy, but I'm only doing it for I don't need to do it for leaderboard prizes because my fleet's already done. But
yeah, we were talking about that as far as the leaderboard prizes. All the people that are winning these leaderboard prizes at this point don't need them.
That's right. That's correct. Yeah.
Oh, kind of like the ground control TLC.
Yeah.
Or was it the other one, Cry Havoc?
Cry Havoc, yeah, because crowd control
Cry Havoc.
Silverfish.
Yeah. It's Cry Havoc.
Yeah.
Well, that time that we had to upgrade the Scoundrel, and you needed your Scoundrel to get the Scoundrel.
Yeah,
well, and some people needed 2 Scoundrels upgraded.
Yeah.
I only have 1 Scoundrel, and the reason I couldn't get a second Scoundrel is because I was upgrading it.
Yeah.
But there was also tokens, wasn't there? Upgrade tokens or something.
And I couldn't get it.
You couldn't get it because you were already upgrading it.
Yeah, because I thought it'd be important, and I'm like, yeah, you guys just watch. It's gonna be important. It's gonna matter.
Yeah. This is where I'm gonna make my mark. So
I made the wrong kind of mark.
More like a skid. Never mind.
I was thinking that too. I was going to say it.
Alrighty. So let's see what's on the next slide. All right. Nothing really new here. We we got a lot of this that we discussed earlier in the week. As far as was it early? It was last week. As far as we know that next week is the raid, last raid in the cycle, and we're going to win the Punisher MK2, a new impulse weapon, which you can buy 10 of in this current pillage, which they have boosted the stats on. They've pretty much doubled the, if you can't remember, it's up to 48K as far as the initial damage. The shockwave still remains the same as the Stalker launcher that we used with the Shrikes.
Which is a good thing, because then, you know, if you haven't got enough of the other ones, you fill them up with the others, and you've still got the same, the
shockwave. The shockwaves, yeah, they all stack.
It goes off at the same time then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it stacks, yeah. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, see Lego's, he's part of your cause, Lady Cat.
Yeah, it's all your fault. Yeah.
I have followers.
He's never been the same since.
Yeah, look at his face. He never looked like that before.
Oh, yeah.
To all my followers, okay, silly go. My only followers don't follow me.
Have you ever used your scoundrel since?
So it was the suppressor.
Oh, suppressor. Sorry, yeah. Have you ever used? Oh, yeah. I said scoundrel, didn't I? I meant suppressor.
I used it in the TLC recently. And I will tell you that I probably did survive better because I made a couple mistakes where I thought the ship was going to go, or my ship kept moving. I shouldn't have. And I survived. So I'm going to say the upgrades have served me well.
Okay. All right, and we will get the rad repellent system. I guess it's going to be, sort of a defensive special, I would assume, and then the raid starts. My real hope with this next raid cycle is that they don't do the weird stuff they did during the Hydra cycle, where because it's cannons and it's ballistic and radioactive, and we don't have counters for those, but they made it so we did during the Hydra cycle, and they didn't explain it to us for a while, where sprints worked on some of it, so it was basically like missiles that did radioactive damage, and just stuff that didn't really.
You needed sprints and what's the other one? The one before the sprint. Phalanx? No, what's it called? Yeah, Phalanx.
Yeah,
no,
Phalanx. Yeah.
You had both of those on.
Mm-hmm.
You had both of those on to shoot down, to counter both incoming projectiles.
Yeah, and they didn't really explain what was going on at the beginning. And then they eventually, I think that's where we first got the strategy guide, because everybody's like, what the hell is going on here? This is radioactive and ballistic, and you've completely changed what we know about these and what's in the blueprint about these things. And it's, I just hope they don't do that again. If they do, they need to explain it well ahead of time as far as how these things work.
These can be countered by this and this.
Yeah.
If they can.
And maybe the week after the raid, or the Monday after the raid, we get the strategy guide for the next one. So that way we understand what we're fighting against. Because the VXP targets is a decent way to look at it, but most people are just limping in with a ship with an engine and one, engine and one weapon.
Maybe an engine. Usually I've got a stud one.
Yeah. And they can't really understand what the target is about at that point in time. So I'm glad there's certain people that are willing to complete a complete fleet at that point in time, but sometimes you don't always see what everything you need to see in those videos. So, yeah, a strategy guide earlier on would be really good.
Well, anything, any communication that they can give us early is good. I mean, I'm kind of happy we got Battle Pirates next week before the show floor change. So that was good.
Well, this one doesn't really say anything, but
I know. But yeah, they're always like really behind the ball in communication, and that's been an ongoing problem. That's not necessarily
That's
new.
not new. Yeah.
It's nothing new. And I'm not trying to blame anybody for it, anybody in particular. It's just Kix, as a general rule, doesn't communicate well to us in a timely manner. And I think they could do a much better job of that. That would help us be better prepared. And the more prepared we are, the more fun we're going to have in this game. And the more fun we have with this game, the more we might want to coin for fun. Not because we have to, but because we want to. That should be their goal. Because coin because we want to, not because we have to.
And Lego's put up a good point there that there should be a Lady Cat skin.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Kix, you have what? 6-7 days to get a Lady Cat skin out for Valentine's Day.
There you go.
Oh, that's sweet.
For the scoundrel. Yeah,
For the scoundrel. Yeah.
For the scoundrel, and we'll make it a top 10 leaderboard prize in the raid.
And y'all can
at 100 million points.
Yeah.
No. Just the top 10, and the, get it for their scoundrels.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah.
There you go.
So,
done.
Lady Cat gets it for free.
There you go. I like Simba. You should come on the show.
What'd you say? What was that? Lady Cat gets it for free.
Yep.
Is that what you said? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, they listen to the show, so there you go. It's
unanimous.
It's unanimous. We all want it.
There you go.
Now there's someone out there scribbling away, trying to find a Lady Cat to put on it. There you go. Well, you got the picture there already. Look at that. You just chuck it straight on. Don't even have to do anything. Just copy paste.
Yeah, they're good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, this upcoming raid in June, or we're in December.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So this is the Punisher Mark II is tier 9. This is the first of the tier 9 PvE ships. We've already seen the first tier 9 Conqueror in the Warhound. Right now there is I just want to make you guys aware of that, because right now there's an offer for $9.99 US. You get 100 gold and you get 2 tier 8, tier 8.5 upgrade tokens, basically thrown in for quote unquote free. I just wanted to let you know that, if you're in the, let's say your riots are upgraded or whatnot, those tokens are not going to be good moving forward on new PvE hulls that are released. Even if you have your riots completely upgraded, you might be able to use them on your Praetorians, but these are not. If you have everything, all your ships right now upgraded, you don't need those tokens. Because
so what you're saying is be careful.
Well, just
what I'm saying is just
understanding of it.
Yeah, you may be buying them because it's a great offer, and later find out that, don't really need them.
Well, there's a lot of people that might need them that don't have, I'm just saying, if you have all your, I'm just saying there's not going to be new stuff that comes out.
Yeah. If you have your 8 and 8.5 ships already all upgraded, don't buy this offer.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Buy the $9.99 for 105 gold, or 105 gold for $9.99.
Yeah, or wait for gold to go on sale next week.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying that for $9.99 at the moment, it's 105 gold in the shop, or wherever it is, wherever you buy it from.
But one good thing about this offer is that it's a generic upgrade token. It's not like by Praetorian upgrades or by whatever. It's generic as far as the ship you can use it on, but it's
well, that's why I said
right.
That's why I said if all of your T8 and T8.5 are upgraded, you don't need them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I could use them on riots now. I could use them on Praetorians now.
Yeah, riots, Praetorians, you know.
I could use them, but I don't know that I want to because Tier 9's coming.
Yeah.
So
well, that's what Hefe's trying to say. If you're thinking, oh shit, there's upgrade tokens, I'm going to get them for my T9 ships, well, they ain't going to work.
Right.
I wonder how many people got them and added the new special that is in Pillage to their riots, and then all of a sudden found out, oh, wait a minute, they're going to change this, and now the new special is not going to be working with which one is it that was already
Hydroatomizer.
Yeah,
but everybody looked at that and realized that those weren't supposed to stack.
Well, you know, I wouldn't have realized it. I would have said, "Cool."
Yeah. So
some of us,
like park the ship in the corner and it shoots everything down from one side.
yeah, it was pretty obvious. I didn't even look to see if they stacked because I was like, those aren't supposed to stack.
Have they fixed it yet?
Yeah. They fixed it, but I don't know what they did to the people that. I'm assuming those people filed a ticket and they got, I don't know what actually happened. Either got gold or they just,
got tokens to refit them back.
Yeah. But people should know better than that, but yet they just do it anyways.
Yeah.
No, I think most should know better, but again, some people might not really have caught it. So you got to give people the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully, Kick did.
Well, no, I remember. What was the? There was a countermeasure that also. There was a countermeasure special that came out, and they didn't compensate people because they nerfed it within like 12 hours because it was. I think it provided like a 75% accuracy boost. This is way back when. What was it called?
No, it was way back. You're right.
And it also provided turret defense, and they nerfed that thing. No, I think it provided 75% turret defense. That's what it did, and it also helped countermeasures. But they didn't compensate people that had already equipped it. This was 3 or 4 years ago, and a lot of people were not happy with that. But I'm assuming these people were somehow given tokens to make at least go back. They were.
Well, they did that whenever they went through people's bases. It was checking the specials on the turrets. They actually gave whatever. They gave build tokens for it, but they stripped them. They went back in their base and had nothing there. And some people I know actually had it down to level 1.
Okay.
I think I remember hearing about that. It didn't happen.
But you're talking about, you said turrets, but you're talking, no, I'm talking about, this was a ship special that provided turret defense.
I'm just saying when they actually compensated for something that they changed.
Yeah, it's still apples and apples.
Okay. Oh, good. So I was still just thrown off by the turret. So
I know my speech sucks.
So Rum Runner's not happy with it.
What's funny is when they spell it that way too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go to the. Well, I don't know if the next slide. Well, the next slide is the pillage slide. So, Aussie, are you number 4 or number 5 at this point?
Hang on, I'll have to have a look. I don't know.
I'll look. Give me a moment.
Okay, yeah, you're either 4 or 5, so you're doing okay.
Aussie is 4th.
Okay. All right. You
Good
moved
job,
up.
Ozzy.
Last time I
Creeping up.
checked, you were 5th. So you're
Oh,
still
hey.
playing.
Hang
You're
on,
still
hang on,
playing
hang on. Another 50, another 30,000 and one. I'll be second.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, I just hit.
players better start coining.
I just hit a bunch of 128s. That's why.
Okay.
Because I had 33 of the other ones stacked or something.
Okay. So how's everybody else doing? Because since we know how Ossie's doing.
I'm doing better than I thought I would, even though it's the same as it was last time. I didn't remember.
Well, that's
No,
yeah. You had
that's
the
just
target.
me. That's just me. I didn't remember the targets.
Okay. Well.
But once you hit it, it comes back to you.
Yeah. That's why that way we have Kenny. Kenny's going to be a little late tonight just to familiarize yourself with the targets, but he's still not here.
Yep.
But
well, I was going to get it, and I guess it's good to have some extras of those rockets. So I'll try and get a few more of those.
yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how I would prioritize that prize list.
Well, I screwed up. I bypassed the rockets and took the doggone hulls, the PvP hulls that I didn't have, and starting to build those probably won't use. But
yeah, you're going to get enough points to get everything, though.
yeah,
A bounty.
yeah, I won't be around tomorrow, but there's one more day after that, so yeah, I should be fine.
I won't be around tomorrow. Is there some news you're going to drop?
No, just
Okay.
got some family thing going on. I won't be
Okay.
Well, he's getting on a bit. He just had a birthday.
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear about birthday, okay?
What, today's your birthday?
No,
You sure?
soon,
I know.
but not yet.
Me too, Simba. So happy early birthday.
Yeah, happy early
Thank you.
birthday. I was drinking with Mitt yesterday or the other day and had a few too many.
I can't
Well-
drink, so
My pillage is going good. Actually, better than last month because my Praetorians are in much better shape this time. I still can't do it as good as some people, but I can do it for less than an hour. So I feel good about that. That's better than it was last month. And I'll get all the new stuff, and I'll probably pick up some of the rockets for the Praetorians as well. I am disappointed they didn't put kits up there for Conqueror fleets. They give us opportunities to get tokens all the time. It's just really hard to get the kits too, and we need the resources or we can't do anything.
Yeah, and the engines, the PvP engines, they're not in here, are they?
Yeah, no, I need those. I don't have any of those, so they could have. This could be a catch-up event for all of Battle Pirates, not just PvE. And usually they only give us the PvP stuff and bounty, sometimes in the raid, but I just wish if they're going to have a catch-up event that it's an all-around catch-up event. They should think of the big pictures.
Well, they did put the Warhound in, and the
and I guess,
weapon for this later or whatnot. They did put those in.
yeah,
They acted like it was a new drop today with the announcement, but it was out from the beginning of the Pillage store.
Yes, it was.
So yeah. And Mike, if you're going to get enough points to get everything you need, but I think it was the right move to pick that up first because you could start building it.
And I have one in my conquest yard and one in my regular yard.
Okay.
There you go.
Because I had nothing else to do. I did
your riots are upgraded, all of them to X1.
Yes, I did
Jump
that.
up.
I did that TLC and
How will these people get this done? I can't get it done.
I didn't spend any money
Well, my
on
time,
that. I didn't.
my
I
time
have
is
spent
really off.
money, but I haven't spent it on that upgrade.
I was probably doing some refits still or something. So, well, good job, people that got to X1 on all your fleet, on your entire fleet.
Okay.
It just finished, today, but because I got those tokens. Otherwise, it would have been real tight to the raid.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, 'cause mine aren't going to be it. I still got a few more days. That's why I can't wait. I can't wait for that to be done because I can't even start the FM until that point in time because I still have leftover generic FM 2-day tokens that I'm going to use to put the Golden Eagle rocket on.
Yeah, and I did another upgrade because I had no room for any FM tokens, so didn't want to waste or lose out on all of them or miss out on all of them. So I decided to do an upgrade real quick, and it was like, okay, do I take a shot at that 2-day token just in case I open that elite legendary chest and there's more than a 2-day 1-day, which it's only happened to me more than one time in the past, and it was a 2-2, I think. So I used it and it come out 2-1, so I'm a day short.
I hate that 2-2 thing.
Yeah. My gamble actually did not pay off.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Well, speaking of the target, is there anybody that wants to screen share hitting one?
What do you want to? Let's see. I got 5 minutes. I got to go repair yet. What do you want to get hit?
Well, we've hit the targets before. I mean, I know Aussie's doing quite well on them. Are you doing pretty well on them, Mike?
Yeah, my best time on a 131 was, which I probably couldn't duplicate. But I have the picture. Was 26 minutes 3 seconds. So
okay. Well, I think
that's what I could do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting 15, 17 or lower is my norm.
The problem I'm having is how far out in front to put that lead ship.
Well, you're talking the 128 or the
131? I'm talking about the Praetorian one.
Okay, that's the one. That's the 128.
Okay. I labeled it wrong.
Yeah, because that was okay.
And I took a picture and I labeled it wrong.
Okay, the Praetorian one, you got how much time?
On the Praetorian one, my best time was 26 minutes 3 seconds.
Okay, that's about what I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay, good. On my the other one, my best time was 11 minutes 22, and the only ship on that run that took any damage at all was the lead.
Okay. Yeah, those are respectable times.
Those are good times. How many of those glaive rockets are?
Sorry, how much?
You can only put
the 128. He got like 25 minutes, 26 minutes. You said
the 128. My best time was 26 minutes 3 seconds.
Yeah,
and the 128. The best time was 11:22.
Okay.
And Lady Cat, you asked the question about the rockets.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I have 3 on my lead, and I think 1 on each of the others.
Is that all we can put?
Well, you can only put 1 on each.
Yeah, I have to cancel this so I can see the.
No, you can only put 1 on each. So.
Okay.
I got 1 on each.
You have 1 on
what?
each.
What is this?
The glaive pack.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I'm messing up the Lancer with the glaive by the picture. The glaive is a darker blue.
It looks very similar.
Yeah. So I do have 1 on each, and yep.
Okay.
So if you want to do it, or Aussie, or whoever wants to show up, because you still have to repair some, or
I got 4 minutes to. I don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Well, it depends. That you have, if you have 4 minutes and you wanted to hit 4 minutes left on your Praetorians or on your
4 minutes left on my Dragoon.
Okay.
Flag.
Okay. Well, maybe if you wanted to hit with your Praetorians first,
I can do
it'll
that.
prepare by the time you're done.
Okay. Well, let me close some of this stuff so I don't get too much memory usage going here.
Okay.
You had to refresh. Everything was going slow.
And I'll do that too.
What are you going to hit?
The Praetorian target.
Okay.
And it might not be pretty, but I'll try.
What times are you getting, Aussie?
On the 131, anywhere between, on an average, 9 to 10 minutes.
Can we see you hit one of those?
Yeah. Best I've done is 6 minutes something. I've got a few 7s, but then, yeah, just really depends. Yeah. I mean, the most I get is around about 12, but they're pretty much only a couple of minutes on the flag then. It's still usually only a couple of minutes on the flag no matter what I do.
So I wonder why that is, because that's...
All right. So what do you want me to hit? A 131?
Yeah,
I'll do that now.
I'd like to see that.
All right, hang on. Where's my fleet? There it is.
Still here, Happy?
All right. I'm
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
here.
map. Okay, I'll screen share. Where's the screen share? And this time I won't click leave studio because that's what I did last time. Disappeared. Zoop. Screen 1.
Watch this. Whoosh.
Where'd he go? He's gone again.
Yep.
All right. I'm on. Where is? Oops, stop. See, it's
All right, putting you on full screen.
Where am I? All right, there we go. And I believe there was a comment on Discord on one of the channels that I was bragging and not helping and it wasn't helping the community. So here you go. It's being screen shared. So there you go. It's now helping the community.
Thank you for helping the community, Aussie.
No problemo. All right. Oh shit. Hang on a minute. No, I want to retreat. Hang on. Well, it went in before I. Hang on. Well, if I do it like this, it's not.
Yeah, you're fine if you do that. No?
No. Yeah, I'm going to retreat. It's not going to change the points or anything. Hang on. Because it lagged in, so it's not doing what I want it to do.
So you must do something special then, because... Oh, you did kill that one building.
Well, yeah, but there's no points for that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. So that's not going to affect anything.
Won't matter
start
anyway.
again. No.
It doesn't make a difference.
Right. Oh, look at that. I took no damage and 0 points. There we go. Now we'll try that again. Hopefully it won't lag when I go in this time. And that's why I refreshed. See, here we go.
So you're saying the entry does something?
Take 2.
There's something special about the
Well,
entry?
watch.
Yeah, there is.
Right. Click up here. Before this splash screen drops, click up here.
Okay.
Anywhere in here. If you do not click up there before that splash screen starts, one ship will come this way. And that's why I started again. So I target this one over here. Go up, kill all this.
That's completely different than what I...
Come down.
You can do that?
Move over.
No idea. You
Stop.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Come around here.
Jeez.
Watch. See, I'm getting rid of these and then do a loopy loop.
Yeah.
So this one doesn't fire on you. Then target this UAV over here and do waypoints. And then I target this one. As soon as that dies, I target that one and work my way through. All the turrets. Turrets, there you go. I'll say turrets for you.
That is completely new to me.
All right, and I've taken out all those turrets. Now I'm saying it.
Yeah.
All
It's
these
contagious.
turrets. See?
It's
It is.
just like the new bat virus.
Right, there you go. See, look. So I've taken out all those turrets. Now I click here to take this one out as I drive past. So I go there, and then I go up there. I go up, do this one to take these out on the way past. Then I come back down, so it takes that one out, and then into that corner. I don't even stop there. I just turn straight around because they'll die. Come down here, kill these. Well, I would usually go over to here to kill this one and then come back over here, but obviously that's already dead. I'll do my path. I'll do the exact path I do. So I usually go over here, up there. So that kills that one. Now come back down this way. Then I target this one up here, and then click up there. I do keep my trigger finger on this one because sometimes that one doesn't die. There we go, did that time. And looks like number one's the only one that's taken damage. The rest look like, oh, number 5 might have taken a little bit. Done. Let's have a look. It's probably about 9 minutes, maybe. I don't know, 8 minutes.
Good job.
Yes, I know I didn't get the blitz, but it doesn't matter because I don't blitz. So there was 84 resisted in ballistic, 9 taken, and a lot of the time I don't get any radioactive. That's 6 resisted, 1 taken, and that is, oops, here. Oh, it doesn't show me.
Yeah, didn't blitz.
Because I didn't do the blitz part. 8 minutes, 2 seconds. Oops. Get out of there. Done.
Very good.
And then I take it back to base, repair it, and do it again.
Okay. Do you want to hit the 128?
I can do. My fleet is damaged because I just hit 14 on them in 14 of them in a row. But
I can do one. I have a fresh fleet. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I can do one. Doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
Well,
It's up to you.
Yeah. Well, no, they have a better chance of getting better results.
Well, his is all, his is already damaged. But why don't you go ahead and Mike, if you're ready to screen share?
Yeah, but that's really not going to make a difference. We can see how much it's damaged prior and how much it's damaged after.
Okay. Well,
Do it.
If you want it, but Mike can do one while I just get out of there.
Well, I mean, driving style, obviously, I'm going to say that I'm not the best, so they'll get a better experience probably watching you.
Well, I can do. I don't mind.
Either way, I mean, I'm sitting by one if you want. It doesn't
you
matter.
can do one while we wait.
All right, let's not argue.
Have you got to do one anyway? Have you got to do
I'm
them
going
anyway?
to 40 in a night. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do
Well,
them.
there you go. Well, if you got to do them
All right,
anyway,
let me see if I can screen share here. Make sure my midget porn's off. Yeah.
Hey.
Hmm.
Let's start that again.
Should be screen sharing. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. So if it lets me in there, okay. So I don't know why I loop these around up here, but I do just to stay out of the way to stack them up.
Yeah, that's all. I do that too, just to stack them up.
All right, and then that's about what I give it. And I'm just made a mistake there by.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh dear, now I do. You fucked that up.
I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Let's do that again.
Oh, you stuffed that up. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Well, I did because I didn't want that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Where it was. Shoot, did it again. I'm gonna redo it up here, I guess.
Oh dear. Okay, well, that's not very good.
No, the ship should be out here. The lead.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I actually use waypoints in this one too, Hefe.
That's what I was trying to do, set up my waypoints, and I stuffed it up, as you say.
How many waypoints?
Oh, crap.
What are you doing?
Well, I told you. What did I tell you?
Have you got Kenny disease?
Oh, no.
Kenny virus.
I hit the wrong button.
Okay.
Okay.
Right,
now
I'll show you better.
What I had meant to do.
I'll show you a slight. Now, there's how many waypoints? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 waypoints I do.
Yes.
But after the first one, I restart.
Up here in the top. Right?
Yeah, I always So after it passes the first waypoint, I start again.
Yeah.
Because too many sometimes plays up, and I found doing that.
Might be leading out just a little farther than I'd like it to be, but it's close.
I'll cancel that and I'll jump out onto the map.
All right, so it'll be 40 some minutes probably.
Yeah, the reason why I get close to an hour damage is because my waypoints tend to mess up. Sometimes they work fine, and sometimes one ship decides it wants to take the scenic route.
So I took 8% explosive and 8% pen.
Okay, so I've got
40 minutes. So
okay, so I've got 4 hours, 38 minutes, 10 seconds on this fleet. All right. Hefe, whenever you want to screen share, I can do mine if you want. Is Hefe still here? That's the point.
No, we're watching Mike. Yeah.
Not anymore, not.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I can't do anything until he
So how many waypoints do you tend to successfully use? I can get usually 4. I can't even click on 5 or 6.
Well, a lot of the time, 6. No, hang on.
Well,
Mine has been using them. I know you're talking about there's been some kind of a hiccup, right?
Yeah, I do 5.
I've been doing 6.
Yeah, well, 6 is all of them.
I can't get to 6.
Hefe, hello.
I'll click and nothing happens.
Hello, are you there?
And when I screw up like I did on that one, then it's like I regroup at the top and try again.
Yeah, see, so what I usually do is the flag is usually the one that obviously takes all the damage, most of the damage.
Yep.
And the other 4, if I go back to dock,
yep,
I can instant repair the other 4 all in one go. And
right.
The flag usually has 15 to 17 minutes damage.
Okay, well that run that I just did was instant on each one of the.
All right, so there you go. You can see my time. It's 4 hours, 38 minutes, 10 seconds. Is how much repairs on that fleet at the moment.
And that was after 14?
14 and a little bit of repair.
Wow.
Because it's been in repair. But I did use a steelhead crew. Okay. Now, what I do when I hit that many, I throw a steelhead on. The first target, I use number 1 flag out in front. Then when that's finished, I go back to dock and I repair the other 4. Then I go back and do another target, but this time I use number 2 ship in front. Then I go back to dock, repair the last 3. Then go back into another one, use number 3. When that finishes, repair the last 2, 4 and 5, and so on, until they're all damaged to about 15 minutes each. Then I don't repair anymore. Then I just go. And then after that, every 128, so I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because doing it like that evens up all the damages. Because if I just use the flag, I can only get like 8 targets.
Right.
Because the flag's no good after that. So if you split them up, it works better. You can do a lot more. And I mean, that I did 14. That's only half damaged. And the only reason I want that is because it was around 5 hours repair. So in 5 hours or so, I can go and hit another lot. And then 5 hours from that is when I pretty much go to bed. I can hit as many as I want until overnight, if you know what I mean. Repair. So I can get...
But you only sleep for about an hour and a half, so yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah. Okay, so see that? They did it again. Yeah. It lagged in, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Are you on Flash or HTML?
Flash. Right, so usually I go to there, spin around. I can't, it's no good retreating. I mean, I can. Yeah, this one I'll do number 1. So I just click down there. When it gets to about there, select it all. Now I come straight down here. I don't worry about going up here. There's no point. Right, now once this one does its turn, then I click there again. So I get less waypoints, 1 less. There, and I come right up against the wall because sometimes it misses this. And now it just should go on auto by itself all the way around.
Has anyone sent tickets or told Kicks that we have squirrely waypoints? I mean, are they aware of it? I know they're not going to stop to fix it at this point because
sometimes just there, the lead ship, instead of going from here to here, it goes up here and then comes down here. That's a bit weird by itself. The others will go, oh, I missed that ship. Oh, how rude. Oh, I have to go around. That doesn't usually happen.
I like.
See, and I missed that building, so I come right up and it will get it from there. Yeah, there. All right, so I take a little bit. That's a bit rude. How did it miss that?
I like how you do it. I have tried that one too.
Chase it down. Yeah, because I found that there's no real point.
I like to stack against these ones that are left over because the
right.
It'll shoot most of those down anyway. It'll drop way behind. Look, it dropped that far behind. It's not going to matter. See, I don't worry about going over here, Mike, anymore. I just come straight down here.
Yeah.
Because if you go over there, you got more stuff firing at you in that amount of time to go from here to here to here. You've got a lot more firing at you. So just cut the corner.
Give that a try. Yep.
So just go from there. When you do your waypoint around here somewhere, just go straight to there. So that's actually 1 less waypoint as well. Okay, so 506. I was on 38. So that's, what's that? 22. Well, that's 28 minutes. But I did that little bit of a stuff up in the beginning and that little bit at the end. So more than likely, these 4 probably would have been instant repairs. And then the flag probably would have been about 10.
Yeah, that's about what I get.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I mean, that one's not as pretty as the other one. As in time-wise, so yeah. Oh, I didn't check the damage I took. Forgot.
All right. I don't know. We hit the 2 targets. We discussed some.
Well, ask if anyone else wants anything else done. I don't know.
Or does anybody want to come on the show?
Yeah, I keep on putting the link out. No, I was. That's what I was about to do. Was ask if there's anything that.
Oh, I jumped ahead, didn't I? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you didn't. I was going to say what we have covered, and is there anything that we've missed that we should cover? That was basically. I was going to just go through what's I consider to be covered between hitting the targets, get ahead of what potentially could happen with the shipyards, as far as really long upgrade times on our shipyard, and they'd be not useful at that point, or not, unusable. And we discuss BP next week. Liga wants thoughts on the new weapon buff. He's talking about the D99.
Yeah, they increased, didn't they? Like double or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's now it's at 48K, and I'm looking at the slide. Before it was at 27.9. 27.9 was previous, so not quite doubling it.
Yeah, because I thought it was 22 and went up to 48. So yeah, my bad.
Yeah. So it makes the shockwave damage less. Well, it's still 48K versus 12.5 million. So it's still a huge part of it. It is odd that the players weren't, it had been released for hours and they decided that they needed to buff it, which is a little bit, a little bit odd. I guess maybe there was some testing going on during Pillage that made them.
You're a comedian.
Yes. That there was some testing going on that made them think that their first numbers weren't appropriate, and maybe you could, maybe use other stuff that achieve the same amount of damage. So, yeah, it's. I don't know. Is there anything particular you wanted out of that, Lego? As far as it, I agree. It's odd that it happened prior to it being really released. Because we don't really know how that performs until we get the Punisher Mark II to put it on there, and the specials that go with it. How it's really going to perform in the target that we haven't seen yet. So
people put it on an existing ship right now and have played with it.
I'd just like to bring something up.
Happy.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
Hang on. Just screen share. Oh, hang on. I need to screen share first.
Yeah. You got to do your part first.
Yeah, go. Yeah, I was just looking through the prizes, and I was just looking at something. I was looking at this one here. It says Praetorian. Wait for it. Come on. Do it. It's not going to freaking do it now. It kept swapping.
Yeah,
there you go, War Pegasus. I was actually looking at the War Pegasus one, and then I looked back and I'm thinking, hang on, where'd it go?
I thought
So now it's War Pegasus.
It was doing that last month.
Yeah, so Kickside, there you go. I just wanted to quickly show them that too. So that's changing. So people, be careful. There you go, back to Praetorian again.
That's a ticket right.
Well, it's all part of the game at this point.
Oh yeah, it's all part of the
random prizes.
Yeah, random prize. Yeah, it's a random prize drop now. They're not giving us chests anymore. It's just random. It's just swapping backwards and forwards.
Yeah, see, people are putting the new launchers on the Shrikes because you didn't just have a campaign for the Shrikes. So they're testing the new launchers right now, I guess, live in game.
I don't know. I melted down on my Shrikes, so I don't really.
Well,
after the changeover, I found them useless. So yeah.
Well, I guess if you have the tokens to burn, you can play with the launchers now. Just keeping in mind that if you're going to want them on your Punisher, it's no.
I don't have. Yeah. I don't have. No, it was a hall that was designed under a different environment. This is before they had the refactor, and so what's going on now is the changes in splash and things like that have made it a much less effective haul in the targets they're supposed to hit, and the Eradicators became much more effective. But then we got the Dragoons, and next week we are getting the Punisher. So I wouldn't.
Yeah, but maybe this new gun would make them effective again.
Well, he doesn't even have the print.
Yeah, I know.
So he's going to have to build a fleet of them.
Right. We don't
and then rank them and whatnot.
But there's tokens out there and there's TLCs out there. So
I still say no. Despite what she's telling you.
I'm not telling you.
I would take whatever effort that would take. Get the new Punisher, or do the TLCs for the Dragoons or whatnot. Unless somebody really sees a use for the Shrike.
No, I wouldn't recommend it. going forward. I'm not saying you should. I'm just giving you an alternative. But
Yeah.
I would not go backwards. I would go forwards.
The strike was released when they were doing the you need 2 separate fleets to do the raid.
Right.
Yeah. And the Eradicator was it's paternal twin.
Yeah, that's when we was going through that phase.
Oh yeah, I hated that phase.
Yeah, screen share that again, Hefe.
Okay.
Right. Sarah, the War Pegasus is down here.
Yep.
Right. Now, confirm it. And now it'll be up here.
Yeah, it's part of the game.
Right. So, see, it swapped again. That swapped as I clicked that, it swapped.
It's
Yeah, see, look, Praetorian again.
yeah.
It swapped again.
So everybody definitely watch your prices, even if you think you're buying what you think you're
just
buying.
Watch that when you click to buy it, redeem it, before you confirm it. Just check that part there, because that did it then. I clicked on it when it said War Pegasus, but when it got there, it was Praetorian. Should swap. There we go. It swapped again.
Yeah. So Lego's saying if you upgraded your scoundrel, then go ahead and do that. So yeah. You don't have the ERAD print either. Matt, do you have the Dragoon by any stretch of the imagination? Well, you said you're still using Hydras. Do you have riots? If you have riots, I wouldn't spend any time on either one of them, and I would just go in and compete in next week's raid and get the Punisher, and don't look back and let's see. Okay, you have a great Dragoon fleet, but if you have a great Dragoon fleet, you don't need Eradicators or Shrikes. So all good. Yeah. You don't need any of these things. So you don't need Eradicators. You don't need Shrikes. I've already melted down my Shrikes. My Eradicators are in storage. So I'm gonna post the link again in case anybody would like to join the show. And anybody else have any opinions for Matt that's different from mine as far as don't build Shrikes?
No.
Okay.
No.
I wouldn't build Shrikes.
No. So okay. All righty. We've been going for a little over an hour. The links out there is Simba, was that a question as far as rerunning of TLCs?
Just make sure people know that they're there.
Is there a good one out right now for you? Like the one
Not
out?
for me.
Okay, yeah. The Breacher Dreadnought one is out there.
Yeah, but there's no kits in there.
Yeah. Are there kits? There's no kits in Pillage either, is there?
Nope.
Okay.
Your tokens, but they'll just sit there. I'm full on tokens, so it doesn't do me any good. I need kits.
I see.
I need the resources.
Okay.
Has anybody looked at the Pillage store? There's supposed to be new prizes got released.
Yeah, well, some of the new prizes that were released were actually released on the first day, and they just finally got around to talking about them.
Like the Warhound.
The Warhound and the chain gun that goes with it.
Priority targeting was added.
Yeah. And priority targeting is not all it's cracked up to be, because I haven't looked at that so long because it's dead to me. it does not add. I think it's 40% accuracy. It does not add that. Any base turret special that says it adds general accuracy just says accuracy, doesn't have penetrative accuracy or ballistic accuracy or whatever in front of it, does not work. So if people are claiming them for that, that's not a good reason to do it. It was originally a bug in the game that they were not working. And then as things progressed and they were not working, they decided not to fix it because now they become too powerful. Because they would become too powerful if they were stacked with different things related to shockwaves and also as far as countermeasures go. So I don't know what to say, but don't. If you're going for an accuracy buff on your turret and that's why you want it, this is not going to make you happy. So, not going to resolve any of your issues. So, alrighty. Well, unless anybody has any parting words, I guess we'll end the show. And anybody, the link's still up there. It's like 5 or 6 up if you'd like to join the after show. Otherwise, we'll see y'all on Wednesday when we will we'll have the stats on the Punisher, the new Punisher, and the weapon and the special, and some idea what's going on in the raid. So see y'all then.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Night.